Hey y'all, I'm Val with Our Forever Farm. Today we're making pancakes and we're going to make them for the freezer. We're going to eat some too. Now, I'm making a single recipe just to show you how simple it is to make. These are from scratch pancakes. You should have everything in your kitchen to make this. It's easy, it's quick, it's going to make us very happy on days we don't want to cook. So Mother's Day was yesterday, and I haven't said Happy Mother's Day, but Happy Mother's Day. I had a great day. I had told my children to not come over, everybody just to rest, because we've got a lot going on. We've got a wedding going on. We've got baby Kay going on. We've got a lot going on. And I told everybody just stay home and rest. And then I could tell that they didn't like that. So they ended up bringing all the food over themselves. My son-in-law Brian grilled out. My son-in-law Lane helped Sweet Hunter with some stuff that he needed to get done. All the girls prepared everything. It was a very relaxing day for me, and I will never do that again because I could tell they wanted to come, and that made me feel so good. Let me show you real quick what they gave me. So I wish I could show you all of it, but it was wrapped really pretty. And it is a whole set to start cake decorating, which is something I wanted to do. They gave me $150, actually they gave me $200 to sign up for a class to learn this with. So if y'all know of a class, no, I don't want to leave home. I'm not one of those that like to go take a class somewhere, but I want to do it online. But I love this. I think it's so precious. My 16-year-old grandson, which I think was very thoughtful, got me this. And he knows me well. Thank you, Davis. I loved it. I love it. On the back, it says, a little nonsense now and then is cherished by the wisest men. And boy, isn't that truth? But I love this, and he knows I love this. On the last video, I had a card. I was sharing some of my cards, and I forgot to show you a gift that came along with the card. Karen sent me this. She is a friend and soon to be family member. So I love it. It's just so beautiful. Look at that little church. She is an encourager to me, and I'm looking so forward to getting to know her better. Thank you, Karen. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to start our pancakes. So I'm doing it inside. I was going to do it on my Blackstone, but I've changed my mind. It's quiet in here, and I decided to do it in here. So this is such a simple thing to make, and it's so nice to have in the freezer. So I'm going to do them on my griddle, and I'm going to set the temperature to 275 on my griddle. I know that y'all are like me and sometimes just don't want to cook. And I'm telling you, with our life right now, how busy we're being. Today's an easy day. It's a slow day. It's quiet. Nobody's coming. Nobody's going. It's a really nice day. We're not real busy, but later in the week we have just busy, busy, busy. So we got a wedding. My granddaughter's getting married. I'm so excited. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let you follow along. I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm doing this, where you can just do it as I do it. If you want to slow down the video, fast forward the video, if you want to rewind the video, you can do all that. But I'll tell you exact measurements. And then in the description box, there'll be the recipe in there. So the first thing we're going to add is, let me make sure that's a cup. Yeah, a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. And I'm just going to guess at that, half. Well, if I can get the lid on. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. We'll just guess at that too. Next we're doing, I've got to get a spoon. Here's a half a teaspoon. Let's see if that'll work. So we've got baking powder and we've got baking soda in this. Both of them will go in this because we're using all-purpose flour. And so we're going to do half a teaspoon of baking soda. Then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And so this is a 1/2 teaspoon measurement, so I'll just put 4 of those in. And we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to mix in 1 egg. I usually do that in a separate dish, but because it's 1 bowl, 1 egg, we'll just do it like that. This is so easy to make. And then we're going to use 1 to 1.5 cups of milk. And I'm just using skim milk because it's what I have. And I'm going to add about 1 cup of that and leave the 1/2. And then I'm going to stir this up. I'm going to stir it with a whisk where I can get the egg beat in there. And you just get it to the consistency of pancake batter. Now, this recipe says that it will make 14 pancakes. And I don't know if y'all are like me, but mine never makes that much. So we'll see. So this looks really, really good. I did it in a clear bowl where y'all can see it. Yeah, it looks really, really good. My griddle is heating up. I can feel the heat. That's one reason I wanted to do the Blackstone, because it heats up the kitchen right now, and I didn't want to heat that up. So I'm looking for a 1/4 cup of to make my pancakes with, and that's what it suggests to do. Let me get some spray. So we want to spray this really good with Palm or some kind of cooking oil, or you can just rub oil on it. I'm going to use this 1/4 cup to make my pancakes, and my griddle is very hot, which you want it hot. So we're just going to probably need to get a spoon to get that out with. Let's just use our teaspoon and get all that out because we want all that 1/4 cup. I like smaller pancakes. I don't like big pancakes, especially when I'm doing them for the freezer. So this will work out really good. So if you use this 1/4 cup, you should have the perfect size pancakes if you like them small. And if you like them bigger, use a 1/2 cup. But like I say, I'm trying to get enough to freeze. And I'm anxious to see how many this recipe makes because it says 14, but like I say, mine never makes that. And you can double this recipe, and that's normally that's what I would do, is double the recipe, and then you'd have plenty for the freezer. I'm not trying to get a lot of freezer things in the freezer. I'm just trying to get a few to get me by, because I know what I'll do. I'll forget about them and I won't use them, and I don't want to do that. I want to use everything I have. Plus, we've got the garden coming up, and there'll be a lot of stuff in the garden that we're going to be freezing and canning and everything. So that's already 6 pancakes, and there's not that much batter here left. So I'm going to let these 6 pancakes cook, and we'll flip them over, and I bet we won't get 6 more. That's the way my recipes go. So what you wait for when you're cooking pancakes is you wait for them to get the bubbles on top, and then you know that the bottom is done. Sometimes if I think they're done, I like to peep and see how brown they are. The bubbles are not real distinct right now, so I'm going to wait till the bubbles get on here really good. I like mine like light brown. Have y'all ever watched them work at Waffle House? It's actually amazing. If you sit there and watch them work, they are amazing the way they do the waffles and the bacon. And this is just a small griddle. My Blackstone's a little bit bigger, but they really are something. I'm a little bit slower, but hey, I get it done. So let's see if this one's ready. This was the first one we put on. Yes, it's ready. And it flipped over very good. Sometimes the first pancake won't be the best pancake that you put on. So let's go ahead and do these. These are going to be really pretty, delicious pancakes. I'm going to let that cook just a minute since it was our last one that we put on. Pancakes don't take long to cook at all. I'm telling y'all, we'll eat these 6 right here, so I definitely will have to make some more for the freezer. I should have doubled the recipe, but that's okay. This will show you the single recipe if you want to make it at home. Aren't those pretty? Now, what I do when I freeze my pancakes, like I said, we're going to eat some of these, and I'm going to make another batch. But what I do is I get a cookie sheet to put them on for the freezer, and I usually put parchment paper on it, and I lay them single and go flash freeze them for about 3 to 4 hours. You can leave them overnight if you want to. These look really good. Sweet Hunter's hungry, and I am too. We haven't had anything, and it's probably about, yeah, it's about lunch. We just had kind of a lazy day after yesterday. It was so much fun with the kids. They were so fun, and I almost messed up because they really wanted to come, and I thought everybody wanted to rest because we've got such a busy week ahead of us, but they really wanted to come. Oops, that one's not ready. I don't know why I flipped that one. This one's probably ready, and I like to flip them a couple of times just to make sure they're done good on the inside. Let me get some parchment paper. I'll put this parchment paper over the cookie sheet. And then I'm going to take my pancakes and I'm going to lay them just on the cookie sheet, just like this. You don't want them like stacked up because you don't want them sticking together. And I am not putting butter on these because I am freezing some of these. I will put them on the last ones I cook. So I don't know about y'all, if y'all like breakfast for supper, but we love breakfast for supper. So this meal will even work for supper. Normally I'd put a little butter on there on the griddle, but it's pretty hot. I'm not gonna scrape it with the spoon. I just don't think it's gonna make 3. It may make 4. I don't know, small ones. And like I said, you can make these bigger if you want to, by using a different cup or a scoop, or if you just want to spoon it out. So yeah, that's just making 3 more. So you know what? I'm gonna have to make another batch of pancakes because we will just about eat all this morning because these are small pancakes and they're really good. These are ready to turn over, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going ahead and making another batch while these are cooking. So back to my gift that the kids got me, the cake decorating items. If you decorate cakes or you have any advice for me where to start, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. So as you can see, I got those off the grill. Well, I guess you did see them. I did come over here, I think, on the film. I'm just going to spray this again, and I'm getting my bowl, and I'm going to start doing more pancakes. A little bit messier than before, just because I'm in a hurry. But just use about a 1/4 cup, and you'll get, let's see how many I get, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9, and it says 14. They must be wanting really tiny pancakes, which some of these are. Better wait on that one. So if your griddle's hot, it doesn't take long at all for these to start bubbling up, and these are ready to flip. So these are ready to put on the cookie sheet and eat whatever we're going to eat. And then I've got a few more to cook. So far, we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you probably could get 20 if you wanted to, or 10 big ones out of that recipe. And remember, I ended up doubling that recipe. While those cook, I'm going to get Sweet Hunter's plate ready and just go ahead and put butter on these and stack them. That keeps them warm, and I'm going to put them back on the griddle until I get his sausage ready. Aren't those pretty? Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and put butter on mine. Just stack these up. That butter's melting fast. So those are ready. Next, I'm just putting some sausage patties on here, and I wanted to put my sausage patties on after the pancakes because of the grease. I didn't want the grease in the pancakes. Sometimes when I'm making breakfast sandwiches, I'll do my sausage on a cookie sheet and then cut it into squares and bake it in the oven. Have you ever done that? I've only done it once or twice. So this is an easy way to freeze pancakes, and that didn't do a lot. It was doubling the recipe. If I wanted to do a lot, I'd probably triple the recipe. But that gives us, let's see, 7, it gives us 13 pancakes to freeze. We'll flash freeze those just like this in the freezer, and then in about 3 or 4 hours, we will take them out and put them in a plastic bag, stacking them where you can get out what you want. We also got our sausage and our pancakes to eat this morning. I've got warm syrup to go over them. So we're ready to eat, and we're going to freeze these pancakes. We had a lot done this morning. These are so good. Can you tell? I'm in fast forward motion, y'all. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, so we ate our meal, and I got to thinking, I need to make one more recipe of these little pancakes. Sweet Hunter says this recipe is his favorite. I tend to agree, although I use my Bisquick recipe because I have it in a jar already made up. I use it a lot, and it's quick and easy, and it's good. But this is a delicious pancake recipe. So if you want to try a good recipe for pancakes, this is the one you want to try, even if you're freezing it or eating it right away. So let's get these flipped over. These are ready. I made these just a little bit bigger. So I got to thinking while we were eating that my grandkids, when they come, they're always hungry. I have more boys than I do girls, and boys eat more. And so all my boys always ask for something to eat if I don't have anything cooked. This pancakes would be easy to warm up. You don't have to thaw them out that long or anything. And actually, you could just get them straight out of the freezer, throw them on the griddle, throw them on the microwave, throw them in the oven. After I get this done, I'm going to do some more sausage. You won't see that on the video, but you'll know that I have sausage and pancakes in my freezer ready for a meal. I want to do waffles too one day. Another reason I'm doing this is because we all get in a rut and don't know what to fix. You know, some days, I mean, this would be great. Like I tell you, the freezer meals would be great to take somebody that's having a baby, fill their freezer up. Wouldn't that be sweet? I just think that would be so sweet. All right, I'm going to get these on a cookie sheet. I'm going to cool them, get them packaged up. And I'll come back after they've been in the freezer about 4 hours, and I'll show you how I package these up. So this is the last few pancakes. I ended up doing 3 recipes of this. So I should have tripled it to begin with. And that'll give me a good amount to go in the freezer and our breakfast this morning. So these pancakes are cooled and ready to go in the freezer. We're going to flash freeze them. So this is 5 hours later, and these have been in the freezer, flash freezing. If you don't have time to fool with them today, you can always leave them overnight. They will be just fine. I think I ended up with 22 of these, and I thought that was a good amount to freeze. So my kids are going to enjoy these. We're going to enjoy these. But this is the way I package them. I use my bread bags. These are loaf bread bags from Amazon, and I just stack them up. Now, if you didn't flash freeze them, you would have to use parchment paper or wax paper in between each one where they wouldn't stick. But if you flash freeze them and get them good and frozen, they will not stick together. And you can just pull out, exactly what you need. This is just an easy way to have pancakes ready on the days you don't want to cook. And there's always breakfast for dinner, breakfast for supper. So once I get these packaged up, I like to double these bags. So I just do a double bag on them, the same bag, and then they're ready for the freezer. And like I told you before, when you get ready to eat them, you can pull out how many you want. You can lay them out and let them thaw out and just warm them up. Or you can take them frozen, put them in the oven or the microwave, and just warm them up. They're really good, y'all. They're really good. Add some salted butter and some warm syrup. It's delicious. And this is what I call fast food, y'all. Fast food. Always remember that a little effort today makes for a much easier time tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching, and y'all go cook something.